So the title of this video is called Why I Like Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee, in regards to Bruce Lee's son, I consider him a real martial artist, and he was represented very well, just simply from the interviews that I saw him in and him speaking. You know that he's an intelligent person. You know that he was a spiritual person and that he was spiritually aware. You could tell that he studied his father's teachings, and he went further into teaching, into the teachings, learning from other people. You could tell that he was well read. You could tell that he was very educated. Yes, he was physically in shape as well, and he did have some training in the combat. And what I liked about him, he was very humble and modest. He wasn't arrogant. He wasn't out there trying to challenge the world, and he didn't overexert himself to be like number one in anything. And what I really liked about him too is he didn't really focus too much on the fighting. It wasn't really that important to him. He was really into his acting, and he was really into expressing himself as an artist. He wasn't about trying to just follow in the footsteps of his father or just to be just like his dad. He wanted to be himself and express himself. And I really liked that. And he wasn't a competition fighter. He wasn't a fighter. But, they asked him, was there ever a time that he had to, use his techniques? And he said that, one time somebody broke into his home, and he went in there and he saw the guy in his home. He chased the guy around to try to apprehend him. The guy pulled out a knife, and then he had to disarm the guy and then basically get a hold of him until the police arrived. And that's a real life situation right there. I mean, this is not competition fighting. It's a real life situation where your life is really at risk. Somebody has a knife, a weapon, deadly weapon, and could potentially hurt you very bad. And he resolved the situation. And I see that that's what real martial artists train for, as far as real life situations of danger. And you don't want to be a part of any real life danger, but if it happens, you're prepared, you're ready. And he was trained, and he encountered a real life situation and he dealt with it. And you could tell that he's just a very educated person, intelligent, and he wasn't emphasizing the fighting. He was a very peaceful person that was just trying to express his unique self as an artist. And I think he was a very good representation of what a real martial artist should be. And he wasn't even aiming to profit off of the fighting. They even offered him a lot of roles where it was a lot of action films, but he turned down a lot of roles when the roles were just about fighting. He wanted to have more meaning in his character. That's just not just about the fighting. So he didn't even care to profit off of fighting. And he was really representing the way I feel a real martial artist should be. He was setting a good example. And that's what I like about him.